Well, what the hell was that? What a disaster. And I don't give a shit that the New York Jets won the football game. Who cares? The reality is, as soon as Aaron Rodgers went down, we were cooked. Bets were cooked. Ty Conklin cooked. All of that stuff. Everything we did was centered around one guy being out there, at least to throw a pass, a completion. It was an absolute catastrophic embarrassment for the NFL. I don't give a shit that the Jets came back and won a meaningless game. Their quarterback, who we wasted so much time over the summer, and all this other shit is done, as are most of the bets. Done. What a freaking disaster. We got a Tuesday teaser here that you better jump in right now. I'm just saying, you better jump in right now. Thumbs up, subscribe. I got a bet for you over at Caesars. It's going to pay lovely over on in baseball today on Tuesday. But let me just tell you, today we are hitting you with a 3-leg teaser. And it's the one that I want you to jump in right now before lines move, before things change, before stuff adjusts. One of them is Thursday Night Football, and you better jump in on that now. The reason why we do the Tuesday teaser is because you have an opportunity to get ahead of line movement. You have an opportunity to get ahead of all that CLV and all the other shit that comes with getting ahead and beating the market. Simple stuff, okay? Now, let's get on over and do it. Because as I mentioned, $50 Caesars, $5 turns into 250, or 50 turns into 250, pardon me, right away. You don't have to worry about anything right away, okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll give you that free bet over at Caesars in a second. I just want to build the first leg of this teaser. I couldn't do it on Caesars for whatever reason, so I'm doing it here over at DK. That's fine. It's the same thing. You can do it at Caesars. Go ahead and do it. Maybe even make this your first bet. That's fine. First play for us, Eagles -7. All right, we're bringing this down. This is going to be a 6-point teaser, and we are bringing this down all the way to 2. The reason is because one, we essentially have the Eagles winning the game, win by a point. It's not going to be a tie. You don't have to worry about that shit. My God, if this thing ends in a tie and kills us, what are you going to do? It's not. Don't even think that. Don't even put that out there. Eagles were awful at times. They were sloppy. They didn't get anything against a good defense. Their offense looked mismanaged and poorly executed by both coach, coordinator, and if you want to add a third, it would be Jalen Hurts. Minnesota is not just bouncing back from that loss. They're not just fixing things and cleaning things up. The Eagles are good enough to where they can still be sloppy. They can still struggle. They can still look bad at times and win the game. So when we look at this here at the Eagles -7, bringing this down to 1 just makes way too much sense for us to open up Thursday night. They match up great with Minnesota. Minnesota is reeling with some losses. I didn't think it would be that bad, but it's not going to be fixed overnight. Next play, Bills -8. We're bringing this down to -2.5. Bills at home within a field goal. This was a brutal loss for Buffalo. No way you can splice that. No other way that you can talk about it. Buffalo, shame on you. To lose a game to A, Zach Wilson, and B, an unprepared Zach Wilson is just inexcusable. There is no way that you can ride home from MetLife to Buffalo, Orchard Park, and feel good about anything you did in that football game. The way in which you lost, everything encapsulated was a disaster. Just a flat-out disaster. And I think Buffalo, who is not dealing, Von Miller, I get it, but nothing serious now to where it'd be like, okay, their season is over. Not like what we saw on the other side with Aaron Rodgers. The Bills at -8.5, that's going to be the one for us. All right. Now we have one more leg to get to, but as I mentioned, $50 into 250 right away on Caesars. Click that link, sign up, do your thing. Put the $50 on the Oakland A's tonight, September 12th. Put them on the A's plus 250 money line against Verlander. JP are sneaky. Oakland A's, they got nothing to play for. They're dangerous. Houston, all tight. Verlander, you're in this division race. Put that 50 on there. It'll pay $1.25 on top of the 250. Simple, man. I'm just letting you know this is easy stuff. Last one, the Rams. You just better believe it. The LA Rams. San Fran, they blow out Pittsburgh. Oh, my God. And the Rams, people are going to look at the Rams first week and say, they got lucky. And they're going to look at this game and say the Niners are going to kill them. because Brock Purdy is back, folks. Well, look, Pittsburgh is not a good football team. We know that now. The Rams, however, are a good team. And Matthew Stafford made a couple of guys you never even heard of outside maybe you had them on your fantasy team look pretty good. Pretty good. And I don't care if it was against Seattle or not. They spanked Seattle. So this becomes a little more sustainable when you add 6 points to this and we get to that fourth key number, which is 14 over 10. That's right. 14 is more key than 10. Let's just see what it looks like. Here's our 6-point teaser. All right. You want to put a unit on this? Go ahead. 1 to win 160. Simple. Eagles clean it up more so than their opponent. And they're at home. And it's a home opener. And it's a short week for both teams. Give me the Eagles in this scenario here. Just to show you what the teaser looks like. -1. Bills, bring this thing down to -2.5. Just win by a field goal, baby. You're on the right side of the number one key number here at -2.5. We like Buffalo to simply bounce back. Vegas, big win for them on the road. They just matched up super well last week. They don't have that ability to do it again this week to win outright. Buffalo wins by a field goal. We're good. Look, the Rams are good enough to keep this game within 14 points. It may be a backdoor cover and maybe a lead that's blown, but LA with Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay focused and that defense somewhat healthy, they're good enough to stay in this football game at +14. Absolutely, that's where I want to be. That's where you should want to be as well. All right? Quick 3-leg Tuesday teaser. That's what you want to get in. You want to get ahead of anything here for Thursday night? I would strongly suggest these two player props. All right? You see them right here. TJ Hawkinson over 4.5 grabs. He's going to eat that Eagles center defense up. And Dallas Goedert, the other tight end, over 42.5 receiving yards. Yes, please. Both on OddsShopper, both beating the market, both available to you if you want to just sign up. And again, I don't know why you wouldn't. There's a link below, 70% off your first month. If not, it's less than a cup of coffee. Seriously, less than a cup of coffee. Easy stuff. And there you have 2 plays, by the way, from OddsShopper. I've given you a free bet, bonus bets back at Caesars. I've given you a 3-leg teaser, which looks like this. Eagles -1, Bills -2.5, Rams +8. And I've given you some plays on OddsShopper just before you get out of here. So go on out of here. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the day. And we'll see you. This is a must-bet teaser. You better jump in.